Today we're going to learn about the power of Oshun. I'm Silly here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Makeup Mythology Monday, which is basically a segment where I do my makeup while telling you about a mythological story from somewhere in the world. So if you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're just gonna get right into it. So if you want to see like how I prep my face, you can just go ahead and skip ahead to the timestamp right here. But I'm just gonna do like a little montage, okay?
What's up, y'all? It's voiceover Dom. Okay, I got the plumper from Too Faced. It's like temporary plumper. I wanted my lips to be bigger. I was going to be bigger. I'm using my Too Faced primed and Peachy primer to prime my makeup, you know, from a professional. No, I'm not, but I just did that. And then you get all over your face. And then we're going to take our color corrector and apply it as such to cover my pigmentation and my scarring, because I'm a crazy person. But you know, we're working on it. I'm trying out all the dark spots, and not just the orange is meant to balance it out because I have dark, warm skin. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. And then I couldn't find my beauty blender that I use for this, so I was like, this is me doing gay panic. Yeah, I'm gonna use some for my brushes and more gay panic. And then me just saying forget it and just going ahead and set my face anyways. I like to have a smoother layer just so it like the foundation lays better on my face. But I was just like, forget it. Forget it. I might have just left it in the other room or something. I'm not getting up. And now we're gonna do what? I think probably my eyebrows, right? I would think so, right? Well, let's proceed with some more gay panic today. A lot of gay panic in this video. I'm pretty sure I couldn't find my eyebrow. Okay, then I found it. So let's see, we're doing our eyebrows with our NYX pencil. And I was like, and then it's time for our eye base. That's Rumor 6, the P. Louise base, which is just so great. I love it. It's like making your eyes look a little canvas. It's the best thing ever, honestly. I love it so much. And now we're gonna go back to the story. Okay, and we're gonna start the story of Oshun now. So it's Black History Month, so we're gonna take some time and learn about our roots, in West Africa. So exciting, because I did finally get a DNA test done and learn that I am a little bit over a third Nigerian. And so this tale of Oshun comes to us from the Yoruba people, which is one of the biggest ethnic groups in Africa. They are primarily located in southwestern Nigeria, but they do also have communities in Benin and Togo. So Yoruba also refers to, the people, their culture, their religion, and also their language, which is part of the Niger-Congo language family, which is a little branch of the entire, I believe, Afro-Asiatic family, the big branch family, kind of like how Spanish is the Romance, is part of the Romance branch of the family, and the entire Indo-European language family. So that's awesome. The Yoruba have always been among some of the most productive and skilled craftsmen throughout Africa. They're known for weaving. They also did blacksmithing, basket weaving, and glass making. And most of the Yoruba people now are Christian and or Muslim, because colonization. But a lot of their religious practices or customs still live on in various ways throughout the diaspora. And their religion consist of one supreme creator god and a series of around 400 lesser spirits / other gods of various titles and purposes. Now, Oshun is probably one of the most popular of these deities, and they're actually called Orishas. And the Yoruba people believe that the Orishas were sent by the supreme creator god Oludumare, to help them and guide them in life.
I wanna like pop right, get on my freaking face. Get on my face. My heavy shot, I got the shot. They want to probably be African right now.
Now, Oshun is part of the creation myth. She's one of 17 that the supreme creator Obadalor chose to help populate the earth, but she was the only female deity. And even back then, you know, there's sexism. So the other male deities tried to populate the earth without her, and that totally pissed off the Supreme Lord, Obadalor. So the other male deities, who are not going to be named because I didn't look them up because they're at the start of the story, they had to go to Oshun and convince her to help them create and populate the earth. And one telling of this story, Obadalor, the supreme creator, scolds the male deities, the other 16 of them, and tells them they must convince Oshun to join them, as there can be no life without Oshun. In regard to this story, it states, in the book Altar of My Soul, Traditions of Living Santeria, author and petitioner of Santeria Vega states that Olodumare told the Orishas, quote, without women and the world, quote, without women and children, the world would not function. Without Oshun, the world would always be in a state of confusion. Furthermore, in this tale of Oshun teaches us that the world will be in disorder as long as women and children are neglected, disrespected, and abused. End quote. So she, as the only female deity in the creation, was important, so they had to do some finagling and convincing her, like, hey girl, come on. We didn't mean to be misogynistic assholes. Help us out, because Obadalor is pissed at us for like excluding you. So can you like come help us now? Because we realize now we're idiots and we can't do anything. Honestly, see, like, women always gotta be saving men. Like, really? Couldn't create the world by yourself? Shame. Shame. But she agreed, and she set forth, you know, her sweet powers and water of creation. Just being a badass bitch, per usual. And then making the earth. And many say that without her, there would be no humanity and no other species. Oshun brings Earth back to life and speaks life into existence. It's pretty damn cool. Now, Oshun is like goddess of, I believe, but many things, of water, of sensuality, of beauty. She's doing a lot. She is doing a lot. Oshun is definitely considered one of the supreme god. Olodumare, one of his favorite Orishas, as she was very beautiful and very sensual,
She did have sisters, is believed, and possibly a brother. I didn't see any information about a brother, but definitely had sisters. And she was kind of like the wild, rebellious one of all of them. You know? I feel like she's like the youngest. She had to be the youngest because, like, homegirl was wild. But that's why we love her, honestly. That is why we love her. Oshun is definitely associated with, like, white and gold and yellow. So it's almost this look was going to be very golden and very yellow. But yeah, more about Oshun. So there is one story. So she's able to both, like, give and take life. There's one story where she gets upset with her followers. And she floods, like, the entire earth. Almost ending everybody, but like they eventually like appease her, and she stops like the flooding of the earth. And they're like, "Oh my goodness, thank you, Oshun." And she's like, "Okay, make sure you do what I say when I say to do it." She was not playing with them, you know. A lot of these like polytheistic religions, a lot of the gods have like human traits, like they're able to get angry and stuff, which I find fascinating. I think a lot of these, like, which I find fascinating. So again, a lot of these cultures, like, I feel like these are just, like, a lot of, like, myths are just showing off the beliefs of the people. And, like, people see themselves in, like, the deities from, like, their cultures, like, mythologies, if that makes sense. So one of the first interactions between Oshun and the humans took place in a city called Osogbo. Am I saying that right? Osogbo, Nigeria. And this place is considered to be sacred to the Yoruba people. And it's considered to be protected by Oshun. As long as the people follow her commands and give regular prayers and other regulations, they're allowed to build a city and use her ocean river that is in that city as well. It's like, you essentially, you do what Oshun says and you're good to go. She'll let you she'll let you live your best life in that city. You know? There are so many cool stories of Oshun, and I couldn't pick, I had to pick a few just because she's got a lot of range. She is probably one of the most well-known sex-positive gods of, like, any culture. That's what I think I like most about her. They're like, oh yeah, she was the one, like, no man could resist her beauty. And I'm just like, that is awesome. Like, you go, girl. Like, you tell them. Like, especially in a world where women are still seen as lesser, like, you show them, girl. You show them. And she had many a lover. She took many a husband, had made many children. I believe both mortal and, like, immortal. And one of her children is, like, Ishu, who is a deity. So again, Oshun was super sex positive. She had a lot of lovers, and she was known to be able to keep men calm or keep people calm with her presence. So whenever she was in happy spirits, like the earth, the entire earth was like in good spirits. But like any player knows, one day she fell in love. She fell in love with Shango, who is the deity of thunder and also known, he's known to be a huge womanizer, as most men are. Well, at least it's hit men. I'll give benefit of doubt to my gays. But anyways, but like for her, he was the one. he was the one. She was like, okay, I gotta have him. Apparently she met him at like a drum festival. With all places, I'm just like, really like a drum festival. He meets Shango and she's like, this man is it. This man is the bee's knees. She's all feeling all bubbly inside. Like a romance movie. Like she's all like, so this is love. So this is love. So this is what makes life divine. Anyways. How to the story. So, she plots out to seduce him because, I mean, she's Oshun. She's pretty freaking hot. And one of the things she does is that she waits for him by a river, doused in honey. And of course, she looks so sweet. Get it? She looks so sweet that Mr. Shango just can't resist, and he has to have her. And she's like totally down. It's all consensual because she totally was like waiting for him. All consensual. Which I like that when we have consensual sex and stories. But yeah. But you know, but because Mr. Shango is a player, he kind of does eventually just leave her for someone else or for the rest of his hoes. And she is devastated. So she goes to see another Orisha named Obo. And before she's depressed, she's like, what should I do? And her Orisha friend's like, my good friend telling her that, you know, hey, don't go after married men. That's not cool. And it's like, there's weird really stuff, because I mean, I've seen too that another version, she is the second wife of Shango, and then Obo is the third wife. And this story is weird, but it's like hilarious. So I'm gonna call it. I think this is hilarious. Again, so many stories about Oshun and so many variations. But in this version of the story, like, I don't know who people can do this. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'd be too much of a bitter bitch to be this kind of person to like help my husband's new wife. And that, that's how funny it is. I'm like already laughing. That like Obo is the third wife and goes to Oshun asking her how to cook for Shango, right? And so apparently Oshun was wearing a headscarf which hid her ears, and she had found mushrooms, okay, that looked like ears. So she convinced Obo to put the mushrooms that looked like ears in this soup or this meal that they were making. Which I like who, like in what world? I mean, you say something again, it's like the Dios, the godly world or whatever, but like in what world does that ever sound good? Like, yeah, you know what your lover wants to eat? Your ear. He wants to eat your ears. And like, that's such a short supply. Like, you only have 2 ears. So like, you're done after. Like, are you just gonna tell people your ears? Like, how is that supposed to work? Like, so many questions. So many questions. But she does, thinking that Oshun had fed Shango her ears. She cuts off one of her ears and puts it in the meal that she's making for Shango. And Shango sees the ear. He sees that ear and he's disgusted, like most people would be. And so then like, and then Oshun, being a petty bitch, she takes off her head wrap. And then, you know, obviously everyone can see that she still has both of her ears, and she just, they don't even really care at this point what she used, to do the meal. I feel like that's just really irrelevant at this point, because like at this point, homegirl is pissed, and they start fighting because like
My bitch Oboe lost an ear, and I feel like that's definitely where her attention would go to instead. I just thought that was like hilarious hearing that story. I'm like, really? Like, y'all eating ears out there? That's what we're doing? Like, we're eating ears? Girls, gays, and days. People who are attracted to men. You know how, like, you have, like, that, like, many lovers. But it seems like Shango was, like, her hurt locker. Like, you know, girls, gays, and days. People who are attracted to men, who date men. Okay, if you... There's usually that one man that, like, once he breaks your heart, you go fucking crazy and start doing a lot of dumb shit. That's who Shango was for Oshun. Apparently, she had gotten pregnant and she didn't know whose baby it was. She just went to the moon to have her baby, which I don't know how that fixed anything. Like, I guess these gods really don't care if... I guess these gods were lucky that there wasn't child support, and she's really not trying to find out because she doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know. Some versions of these tales, Yamaya is her older sister, and she's like the mature, more calm presence, and she is the one who cares for her children. Eventually, like, Oshun just tried to come back and get, like, visitation / custody for her kids, but Yamaya's like, no, you're still messed up right now, get yourself together. And I guess one of these things she does in trying to get herself together is to decide to, like, fly to the freaking sun, which is, like, the randomest thing ever. I guess maybe she's not since she already been to the moon. She was like, hey, let's go to the sun, like, let's see what that's about. But again, the sun's hot, so she ends up getting all burnt up, and she loses a lot of her beauty and a lot of her hair. So she, like, wears head wraps and starts wearing makeup to cover up, like, the burning and the burns and the scars, which is part of the myth of why women wear makeup. I feel like it's an interesting take on it. It's an interesting take. Another belief that's commonly held about Oshun is that she, that, like, peacocks have feathers, and each of their feathers is for each time Oshun had sex. And I think that's awesome. Like, sex positive queen, okay? Sex positive queen. That's why I really like her. I like all the hoe goddesses, like her, Aphrodite. Like, they're just like making they're making hoeing great again.
But yeah, part of the legend too is that, so because Oshun, like, got burned by the sun, she can never fly again. So also part of the reason why peacocks don't fly is because they're so beautiful, we don't want them to get burned by the sun. We just try to think they're too big and bad. And, you know, so they can't fly, stay on the ground and just stay beautiful. So what is the thought process?
So too, what is even more fascinating is Oshun's cultural relevance, even to this day, even though, like, most people don't really they don't completely and wholly celebrate the Yoruba religion. Mode now, I'm going to timestamp the resolution to Oshun. Okay, if you want to just go ahead and go forward, you can go and do that, but I'm going to fix my face and my hair and my outfit, and just a little bit more done up for this one. Okay. Did y'all miss me? So we're doing a highlight right now. I use Sunbronze by Il Maquillage. I get really for going for that golden look, because I'm Oshun today, going for that golden look. I was able to really get my Cupid's bow too. I love that. And then I set my face. That one was not, like, spreading out. Like, I don't know if the reason that bottle was stuck. That was Too Faced, but I'm gonna just go ahead and grab my old reliable Laura Geller. Well, actually, no, I didn't do that yet. Okay, huh? I have my eyelashes next. Okay, it's Glam Enigmatic liner. Yep, just lining them eyes, lining them bad boys up to make sure I get a good line in. Yep, oh. And now we're going to apply some mascara. Very important, very important. And then the lashes. The style is called Vixen. And they're so cute. Glam Enigmatic's so cute. You can use them over 50 times. They have like extra magnets in the thing too, so it's really nice. So use your tweezers, make sure to line them up. Use that there, and then now I'm doing my hair. I tried to lay my edges down before I started filming, that's why I had the headband on. My hair's starting to grow out from my box braids. I was gonna do two, I guess like two of these like knots on my head, but I decided against it. I thought I'd just go with one instead. I think this looks cute though. This is hilarious as hell just to see this one knot on my head. Like, what happened to the rest of your head, girl? Okay, now we're gonna be back. So Oshun is still revered across the African diaspora today. She's Oshun in the Brazilian religion Candomblé, Ochun in Cuban Santeria, and also part of Haitian voodoo. Understand me here. I'm not trying to convert people over to religions, but in a world that's constantly putting down black women, all of us could use some of Oshun's energy of self-love and abundance. In the creation story, she didn't wait for male acceptance. She just went ahead and like let them do their own thing and realize that that she was the life and they couldn't create anything without her. So she didn't beg for their acceptance. She just let the men come to her, begging like little babies. Olodumare explained to the male deities that Oshun's beauty, life energy, and start here. Olodumare, the creator god, the supreme creator god, explained to the male deities that Oshun's beauty, life, and energy were essential to create the world. So remember, women, that your life and energy and beauty is essential to create the world. More about the influence of Oshun from a Medium article. I'll link it down below. When we feel we need another person to complete us or need assurance that we're lovable, we are lacking essential Oshun energy. She knows that she is sexy, generous, and lovable. She doesn't need reassurance validation to know that she is worthy. She doesn't need another person to be whole. She gives her love and energy freely to create life and growth. And when she's not appreciated, she simply moves on. Women who possess a lot of Oshun energy are independent, confident, and generous. They love freely and don't feel victimized if the relationship doesn't work out. They are kind and helpful, but they are not a martyr. They can communicate their needs effectively and listen to the needs of their partner. Oshun-like women are comfortable providing space in a relationship to ensure that there is room for both her and her partner to grow and evolve. They realize that everyone has their own path and has their own wounds that need to be healed. They provide support and the love needed for healing, but don't take ownership of everything that ails. Mental health is important, y'all. The most important thing I want you guys to walk away from with Oshun's story is this last tidbit here. We need to operate from a place of abundance in order to attract love, instead of a place of scarcity where we feel we need love to survive. So the point of Oshun is to be badass and awesome and be yourself, and remember that you are worthy. So if you enjoyed this story, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what was the most interesting thing about Oshun that you found out today. And I will see you next Monday. Bye.